Well, and then, so I just trapped myself in this junkyard, surrounded by wrecked vehicles, write-offs, crashed vehicles, rusted old cars, completely battered cars that look like they've been through war. I'm talking broken windows, smashed bumpers, twisted metal, flat tires, missing parts. Graveyard and I have to bring one of these cars back to life. And it's not only about getting the car to start, because the only way for me to come out is if I choose one of these cars, restore it. I'm talking about taking the vehicle from a completely written off vehicle to something that actually looks, feels and drives like a proper car again. In fact, I'm talking about repairing the crash damage, straighten and rebuilding the body, welding whatever that needs to be welded, replacing broken panels, fixing the suspension, sorting out the brakes, repairing the wiring, getting the electrical system working, bringing the engine back to life, fixing the cooling system, getting the fuel system working, cleaning everything, finding budget friendly parts, repairing the body, painting it, putting everything back together, and eventually time for the test drive. With zero experience, I have to get all of those done. Then I'm allowed to leave this place. Just as you think, things can't get worse. I literally had to deal with Zinja at night when they released them first. No fancy meals, no going home for dinner, just me, the scrapyard, a bunch of red cars, and hopefully enough food to keep me going. So it's day one. Let's look around the cars and see which one we're gonna be working on. But I'm looking at this very cool. But this is actually my dream car, but there's not a lot of work to be done here, so we're not gonna be doing anything on this one. As you guys can see, they're currently doing the engine and they seem to be done, so there's nothing to do on this one. And then moving on to the Kia they have to do paint job. You can see as this, they have to do paint job. The glass at the back is not here and stuff like that, so there's not much to be done here. And then we have this Audi here, there's nothing much to be done. And then there's a VW there at the end. And then there's this Golf 7R, there's not much to be done, they're almost done. As you can hear, the engine is already running, so there's not much to be done. And then there's this Ford. There's this Ford. This Ford has a lot of work to be done, as you guys can see. But now, I don't think I'm going to be choosing this one. And then there's this other Ford. What? Aibu, not Ford. Yes, Ford what? That has an accident damage and stuff like that. This one has a lot of work to be done, so I might be considering this one. And then we move on to the Quantizi. I feel like I cannot be doing the Quantizi because I have my own Quantizi. So working on someone else's Quantizi while mine is still chilling, waiting to be finished, is gonna be a bit stressful. But Nakona, it's just the body work. A lot to be done, but I'm not gonna be choosing it. And then we have, hello my uncle. And then we have this VW from GoBid. The VW from GoBid. Not much to be done, so let's go on to the next. We have this Toyota Yaris. Actually the shell. I don't know. I might be working on this one, but seems like it's gonna cost a lot of things because I can't see the interior of the things, like the things, I don't know where the things are, you understand? Same as this one. I was gonna be working on this one, but I feel like I already know what I want to work on. That's why I keep rejecting these cars. I have no excuses, but I know I saw something. That's why I keep saying not this one. And then we have a Swift next to me, is currently being worked on. Not much to be done, so we're not gonna be choosing that one. And then here we have this Nissan. We have this Nissan MP200. I might consider this one, gents. Honestly speaking, I might consider making this one. I'm still tough on my decision making. I'm gonna tell you guys which one I'm gonna be working on. And then we have this Mercedes. This Mercedes, all is being done, is being painted, so we're not gonna do nothing on that one. And then we have this Ford ST. This is the one I'm considering the most. There's a Ford ST. Literally body damage, literally engine out, literally like there's a lot to be done on this one. So I might be fixing the Ford ST with you guys. I'm not allowed to go anywhere here unless I finish a car and have it driven. And then on the outside they have this car's accident damage and stuff like that. And then this side, let's see if we're gonna choose anything this side. Nah, this side the cars don't need much work and they're boring. See, this one is chilled, this one doesn't need much work, this one also doesn't need much work, this one also doesn't need much work. So Sanbona, you guys content nyana here. And then let's see the side. Oof. That Nissan, what is it called? Nissan, I forgot the name, but Nissan something. Hey man, uncle, what needs to be done on this one? You're not sure, ne? I'm not sure if this one has a lot of work to be done or not. And then we have this Polo-ish, I think, that is gonna just be doing body work. So we're definitely not gonna choose this one as well. Guys, let's go back to the Ford ST. I wanna see the Ford ST. Let's go back to the Ford ST. It's about to go down. Stay tuned and subscribe. Mamela Joel. Listen to this. So my gents, the car I ended up going with is the Ford ST. If you don't have a lot about the ST, gents, it's not just an ordinary Ford, this one. This one Ford built it to be sporty, powerful and fun to drive, Yeah, one of the Ford ST has a serious history in South Africa. The ST in Fana is culture. Let me just roll some clips for you guys so you can understand how important the ST is to South Africans. The Ford ST played a big role in South Africa's car culture, so seeing one like this in this state is really painful, guys. So this is the car I'm going to be working on and promise myself to never leave this place until this car is done. Of course, this car wasn't built to sit in the scrapyard. At some point someone bought this car, drove it, enjoyed it, until one day it was involved in a serious car accident. As you can see from the damage, the car was written off. From there went to Auction Nation, and after the auction an owner bought it and brought it here to be fixed. The insurance company might have looked at this car and saw a write-off, but with us, we see an ST that can get a second chance in life. So we're off to step one, where we have to inspect the car. We're literally going to be stripping the body part and the dashboard. So we're going to be checking for body, suspension, steering, brakes, cooling system, wiring, engine, gearbox, and everything underneath to see what damages have been caused during the accident. So I don't do the same mistake I did with my Toyota Quantum, fixing the body without even thinking about the engine. So in today's video, our mission is to get the car to start. Of course, after checking the engine, the gearbox, the radiator, the intercooler, the cooling fans, the airbox, the wiring harness, the sensors, the fuel lines, the oil leaks, the coolant leaks, the broken connectors, anything caused by the accident. Of course, we had to start with the oil, guys, because trying to attempt to start the car without oil, we can have a serious problem. So oil, check. Expansion tank, check. Radiator, check. Hoses, check. Water pump error, check. Coolant leaks, check. Signs of impact, damage, here and there, check. Battery, check. Battery terminals, check. Positive cable, check. Ground earth cables, check. Main fuses, check. Fuse box, check. Relays, check. Check for cut wires, broken connectors, crushed harnesses, exposed wires, missing grounds, damaged ECU wiring, sensor connectors, everything on deal. We have air and we have fuel. So let's connect the battery and get to the diagnostics. Right now, we've just connected the battery. We're gonna check if the car starts, turning ignition, and hear how it sounds and what the problem is exactly. Come with me. Okay. So as you can hear, the key is registered to the car. You understand? The key is registered to the car because when you put the thing next to the thing, you can hear the fuses here. Can you see this key? When you put it next to the key thing, you can hear the ignitions go. Listen to what I'm saying. I can't speak English properly, but listen to what I'm saying. I'm gonna put this thing next to here like this, and you guys gonna have to listen to here. Listen to here. Just as I was showing you guys, the ECU stopped communicating with the key. I thought the battery was taken off, but no, that was not the issue. So problem number one. But it goes. You understand? That shows that the key is registered, so the ECU is right. Now we want to check if the car starts, and we're gonna get it to start. That's the first thing. I was supposed to do on the quantum, but I'm learning, guys. That's why I'm here. So the first thing is to get the car to start before we do anything else. Let's go. Is connected properly. The key is no more detecting, guys. I don't know what happened. Out of nowhere, the key is no more detecting. Yep, the car was failing to start, so back to the drawing board, guys. I didn't do much, but I'm already tired. Yo, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm so tired. This job is tiring, though. How long do you guys think I'm gonna obvious, guys, I'm gonna be getting help. I forgot to mention that I'm gonna be getting help. How long do you guys think we're gonna take to fix this car? Because right now we're still trying to get it started. Yep, the dashboard was not switching on, so we made sure that the battery was actually connected, and yes, the battery was 100% connected. We went back to try again. Nothing. And the first thing we thought about was the fuses. We then checked the engine bay fuse box. We saw some blown fuses, so we had to replace them. We then replaced them, connected the battery, and went back to the testing. Just to tell you guys the quick rules, guys. During the day, I'm allowed to go anywhere, especially like now that I'm not doing anything and we're just waiting to see if the car starts. So they're currently using the battery to the other cars. Once we get the battery back, we see if the car starts. And the rules are, guys, I'm allowed to go anywhere, I'm allowed to do anything, but I'm not allowed to go home and sleep home. I must be here every day. And here, this place with dogs here, stuff like that. That's the only rule. Who gave me those rules? Myself. So I'm challenging myself. There's no going back. Now I've made the rules, and let's chill. We checked if the dashboard switched on again, and still no luck. We then thought, okay, the problem has to do with the immobilizer system. In case you don't know what that is, listen to the cooler explain.
Today in this video, we will discuss what is immobilizer and how it works. Nowadays, in modern automobile era, almost every premium car is equipped with immobilizer and capability of vehicle. Immobilizer is advanced security system who uses the advanced technique and algorithm to identify the original car key and prevent the vehicle hijacking with the duplicate master keys of theft masters. Today in this video, we will discuss what is the meaning and function of immobilizer, construction and circuit diagram of the immobilizer, and at last we finish the video with the working of immobilizer. Immobilizer is an advanced security device equipped in modern automobiles who prevents the car from hijacking by identifying the original transponder key through its special coded signals. Immobilizer is so well designed that it controls the fuel injection system and ignition system, which allows to prevent the car starting even after the bypassing ignition switch. In short, immobilizer is an advanced security device who improves the anti-theft capabilities of vehicle. Immobilizer is a built-in feature in ECU of a car, but to understand it easily, we use an animated diagram. Normally, with the ECM of vehicle, engine management unit and electronic ignition system are connected, which are also controlled by it. And other than that, the car key dock of a vehicle contains the electromagnetic coils, which are connected and controlled by ECU as well. In standard car key, a transponder chip is kept hidden inside the plastic cover. This transponder chip contains the copper coil and hard-coded signal transponder circuit. In case of keyless entry, the transponder chip is often connected with the battery kept inside the remote. When you insert the correct key in your car, the magnetic field generated by magnetic coil is interrupted by copper coil inside the key. As per the Faraday law, current is produced inside the coil, which powers the transponder. Transponder broadcasts the special coded signal, which is later received by ECU. ECU identify the key code and confirm that the key is genuine, and thus it starts the ignition as well as fuel injection system. And later, while cranking, you can start the engine. If you insert the duplicate key, it transmits the wrong code or even don't transmit the code, which means ECU fails to identify the keys and thus engine cannot be started due to ignition and fuel system cutoff. In case of the keyless entry, the transponder uses the remote battery and transmits the signal which further received by ECM and thus car can be started. Thank you.
Okay. The battery is on now. It's time for a moment of truth. Remember, it's a start to stop engine. It's not making any sound. The key is not reading, so immobilize the issue. So we're gonna wait for the bruise with the diagnostic tool so we can see again. Plug the tool where it has to be plugged and see what the codes and what the problem with the car is. Besides the fact that we can see the body. We're not at the body yet, guys. As I said, we're still at the engine. ECU wiring. You understand? Let's go.
We went back to the ignition fuse box, guys, in the engine bay, and we replaced every fuse that has to do with the ignition. And after doing that, it was time to see if the car will finally start. Nah, yes or no. The answer was no, the car was still not starting, so we had to go through the wiring harness again to check any damage, any disconnects, and anything that has to do with the irritating of a car. We checked and checked and checked, still no luck. So I just decided to take my beer and go on a break. My battery then went low, I took a nap, and then all of a sudden when I wake up, I boo. The wipes were wiping. Kanjan manj.
That's why that time I was listening. No, there is a road I live there.
What did you say? I'm a village boy.
That's why I want to check it to verify because the mind there is something I remember.
The electrician then discovered that there are a few grounds that were not connected, and he connected them. All of a sudden,
1, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 hours literally off trying to get the car to start. I mean the dashboard on, not the car to start. We haven't tested if the car will start yet. We replaced the fuses. We didn't do anything to the wiring harness because after the accident, the wiring harness was not affected. The only thing that was a problem is one of the buttons or one of the connections on the dashboard needed to be back, and then we programmed the key and we had the AC the dashboard turned on, so now we can actually diagnose the vehicle. Boom, jagadaga. Dash is on. What's this sound?
a warning light came through and told us to switch off the ignition immediately. For now, so many dash lights are on, the brake fluid is also low.
Okay, this is us.
And Machida, this is what each dash light represents on the car. We then filled up some water, cleared some coats, and finally, gents, it was the moment of truth. Will the car start, or will we just have to give up day one and try and find what's going on day two? Now, take a deep breath and start the engine. Let's go.
Yeah. Listen to this. Everything is perfect. We're done with the engine. So now off to the next. I don't know what's the next thing, because as you guys saw the dashboard, there's the brake fluid that we must put. So we're gonna put all the fluids inside and then we're done with the engine. Now we're going back to the body. Just like that. Literally after 5 hours I got the car to start. The car is starting. The car is literally starting. That was it. That was me, Sur. That's crazy, dog. Literally in a few hours I got it to start. It's starting, it's running, as you guys can hear. Ford is literally running right now. The car is starting. So we are done. Day one, guys, there's already progress. Literally, the car is starting. Even these lights are on. This car sounds amazing. Crazy. Oh, this thing lights up. That's so cool. The only lights we're having now is this on the dash. We still have the ABS, the traction control, the Ashandi Sangas and the Ashandi Sangas brake fluid low. What we're having here is brake fluid level low, service now. Brake fluid. So we're just gonna have to put some. We're just gonna put some brake fluid and put every other transmission fluid. And we are rocking. Transmission fluid and brake fluid is the same thing though. It's crazy. Oh. So guys, that's literally, we are done. Today's goal was to get the car to start. You guys heard it, the start. And we did put in the fluid, so there's no codes on the dashboard, and we did test it and everything came out positive. Shout out Majida!
Now that's day one complete. You know, we still have a long way to go, especially with the body. We still have to replace some parts and put some airbags, a lot. Day two is coming soon. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and hope you enjoyed the video. See you next week. Updates on the Toyota Quantum coming soon.